Welcome guys to another SCPH replay sent in by the community. This time, gonna be a mirror matchup. Look in the mirror, what will we see? Two Zergs into play. Introducing our players here on the top left, we got AlienVVarCry. Oh, you can say it as AlienVarCry. Very pesky, you know. W is W, not double V. But yeah, you know, pretty much what it looks like. AlienVVarCry gonna be on this top left. Already starting things off with that spawning pool. In the meantime, here on the top right, we got eXoXtinc. And he's gonna be playing a little bit later on the gas, going for the spawning pool first, meaning the Zerglings will come on in earlier. And we are gonna be on year 0 LE. So quick little tidbit about this map, besides of course all the spooky voices in the darkness. Again, air units do reign supreme if you can just go in a straight line straight to your opponent's main base. In the meantime, AlienVVarCry now gonna be looking around, trying to get some gas. Metabolic boost will be his priority. On the flip side, eXoXtinc getting that second base already, not gonna be moving out anytime soon. The Zerglings will get in the way, and this is gonna be eXoXtinc looking to go for the poke. A little wrong with that prediction. eXoXtinc actually looking to go on the outside, doesn't care about the upgrades. This is all about putting pressure on his opponent. AlienVVarCry though gonna respond in a triplicate. Gonna be in position with 6 Zerglings as well. And the thing about eXoXtinc, he's funneling these Zerglings into pairs. Gonna be a little dangerous for the blue Zerg, as there's gonna be more DPS going in favor of AlienVVarCry. But the fight now keeps coming. Here comes the nibbles. One Zergling's quite low already. In the meantime, the drone's surrounded by the 2 Zergs. And we will see a quick little regroup for eXoXtinc. 5v6 scenario. Very dangerous. Good micro though from eXoXtinc to get one out. And now it's an even fight. Surround comes on in. AlienVVarCry actually gonna lose so much of those Zergs. Good micro all around. eXoXtinc having that 4th wave of reinforcements, just allowing him to reconvene. It seems like the Battle of the Tinies are gonna get stopped by this Queen. And welcome again guys to another SCPH replay. How you guys been doing? I've been doing fine, I've been doing great. It's good to see some StarCraft action one more time. 2 bases now being built here by AlienVVarCry. In the meantime, eXoXtinc trying to saturate his... What's been going on? That's what's been going on in the world. Bunch of stuff on Reddit, bunch of stuff in different games, seen Warcraft 3, that kind of deal. So shout out to everyone participating in future RTS tournaments, as AlienVVarCry now gonna get that metabolic boost as soon as they go for the fight. The wing sprouts, and eXoXtinc gonna decide, I don't want any part of that, gonna decide to back run out instead. An Evo chamber now being built here by eXoXtinc, gonna be forming up as a part of that initial wall. You also are gonna see the Roach Warren out in front. You don't usually put that tech as your wall. You want to go for that double Evo chamber. Very cheap investment. But finally now eXoXtinc gonna get some gas. The blue Zerg had a small timing. He was like, okay, I have an opportunity here. As long as AlienVVarCry doesn't have a metabolic boost, I have the advantage. And eXoXtinc now gonna decide to back on out. And look at this. Playing this a little like the Protoss. It is gonna be the double Evo chamber, and the Queen's in the way. AlienVVarCry is unable to go for the run on in. And this is gonna be the red Zerg changing things up, gonna go for the Baneling bust instead. So the Baneling ready to go here for the red hand side. Gonna be still spawning some Queens, trying to saturate that second base. So all about those links, no treble, no roaches whatsoever, and AlienVVarCry on the outside. eXoXtinc though does get a quick little scout, sees the Banelings alongside the Zerg, so he will be a little wary on how he's gonna position this. The Queen might get turned into goo instead. Double refineries now coming on, not extractors rather, as here come the hits. The Zerglings though in the way of the Banelings. The Banelings trying to get through. Good hit onto the Queen, but that isn't gonna be enough value for all the explosive use. It's like you're in a mine. You're in a mine, guys. And when you blow up the entrance, when you get on the inside, there's absolutely nothing of value, no minerals whatsoever. And speaking of minerals right now, AlienVVarCry quite low, investing a lot on those extra Zergs and investing on those Banelings as well. So instead, he's gonna swap things out, gonna be the Lair tech coming our way. Now Roach Warren here to just mix and match that tech pool, and eXoXtinc Slowly playing this very defensively, very cautious, having a Roach already in position. The Baneling Nest there doing some damage, the Banelings rather doing some good damage on the Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren, but that's not the value you're trying to look for with the Roly-Poly Olies. So interesting. eXoXtinc gonna build not one, but two Roach Warrens. So this does mean he is gonna blow this one up sometime soon. I'm surprised he still went for the Roach Warren instead of that second Evo Chamber. Could have also built a third just in case, put the Roach Warren at the front, so he doesn't need to waste this extra 75 minerals. But this is what it is. eXoXtinc still waiting on, playing as defensive as can be. In the meantime, AlienVVarCry gonna be morphing up that Overseer to get a little bit of scouting on the main and the secondary. So most Zergs like to do this. Instead of taking up in their main, it becomes more or less their expansion base. In the meantime, yeah, eXoXtinc gonna be breaking his Evo Chamber first, and probably the Roach Warren second. So now the Banelings, the Broodlings rather, gonna be on the outside. And what is eXoXtinc planning? He broke his Evo Chamber. He still has two Roach Warrens for some reason. The Lair Tech is coming, and the Overseer looking for a drop, looking to get some scouts, but the Queen is there. Instead, we got some upgrades coming our way here for the side of AlienVVarCry. Roach Warren getting that Cunneling Claws. We got +1 on Carapace as well as range. In the meantime, same banana here for eXoXtinc Cunneling Claws. We also have range attack. 3 Roaches coming our way. 6 for the Red Zerg. And I think that Tunneling Claws not only making your burrows quicker, but also your base movement speed. But anyway, here we go now on the outside. eXoXtinc wants to try and scout things out. The creep tumors now spreading down below. And the thing about a ZVZ is when you use creep spread like this, your opponent will be able to also use it to their advantage. Both players are getting the same amount of movement speed in a step of creep. But for now, AlienVVarCry trying to recoup, and look for a target or two. eXoXtinc trying to expand to his third base, so this might be a potential brawl coming our way. It all depends on when AlienVVarCry is gonna go for the attack, but seems like the Red Zerg behind in units. Look at that worker and army supply. AlienVVarCry in the lead, just a little bit on those workers, but the army heavily invested by eXoXtinc. So going to be a very scary forest here for the Blue Zerg. And here we go already with the brawls. The Zerglings trying to scout. The Roaches though in position. And a quick retreat here for AlienVVarCry. He knows he has no chance to win out this game. So in the meantime, a quick little reset. AlienVVarCry on the back foot. Ravagers now into play here for eXoXtinc. I still don't think you need 2 Roaches to build a Ravager, but it is what it is. These guys going to be very quick on that creep. Going to be crawling as much as possible. Armored units are the match for its acid, and the Ravagers can just spit those curls of bile into the air. It's like bread from heaven, but instead of bread, it is bile, and it is bile that is vile. So hopefully, AlienVVarCry can respond in time. We are going to see a single Ravager now being morphed up, and the Reds are going to go on to the high ground. He's trying to go for the third base, but eXoXtinc already looking for the shutdown, sees the hatchery coming, gets a few hits. The Zerglings instead will try to go for the bulk, and the Roaches in the meantime split to go to that ramp. Starter step in, gonna go for the shots, acid connecting, Queen torn apart, but here comes the bulk of AlienVVarCry. Unfortunately for that Queen, left all alone, left with his devices. eXoXtinc getting some good hits, but he doesn't really want to overcommit. Now an Overseer in position here for the Blue Zerg. eXoXtinc waiting for another opportunity to strike, using the Overseer, just taking care of these creep tumors. Now here comes a few hits. Bile is there, tossed into the heavens, and AlienVVarCry unfortunately gonna get supply blocked along the way. A small opening here for eXoXtinc. If he realizes his opponent isn't gonna have any reinforcements for the next 1 minute, never mind, the Overlords are already queued up, very quickly done by AlienVVarCry. So from 1 minute, it becomes 20 seconds. eXoXtinc though, waiting on the outside again. When in doubt, play it safe, not sorry. Just waiting on you. That high ground, very pesky, very hard to siege into. But now this is a scary 4-legged army. Animal Farm will be proud. Ravagers hitting onto that extractor, gonna get that takedown. The Roaches though and the Ravagers of the red hand side still on that high ground. Be glowing with that bile. Let's see who's gonna win this one out. It seems like it's gonna be a battle of micro right now, but the +2 for that armor coming our way here for AlienVVarCry, as well as the +2 range attack. In the meantime, eXoXtinc less tanky without that carapace, so instead AlienVVarCry gonna be able to hold. Not be a big reason why AlienVVarCry, even though he is behind in terms of that worker supply, in terms of that army supply also, it's all about getting those upgrades, making a +1 difference. But in the meantime now, army and worker supply going the way of eXoXtinc. The Blue Zerg able to wait on the outside. This is pretty important. eXoXtinc has taken map control away from AlienVVarCry and not allowing him to go for his third. eXoXtinc instead taking the lead slowly but surely. And this is what you want to do in a mirror matchup or in any matchup whatsoever. You choke out your opponent. It is a tail as old as time tactic. You go for the siege, you cut off all supply, you cut off all kinds of resources. Nidus Swarm already here from eXoXtinc, and this looks like it's gonna be a poke attack instead of an all-in. Now, how will AlienVVarCry respond? He sees the Nidus Swarm coming. Gonna go for a surround with those roaches, but the bulk of the army... Oh, too late from eXoXtinc. So close, but the Nidus Swarm screeches instead. But for now, eXoXtinc gonna be able to just put the pressure again and take care of that hatchery. It has been a terrible siege against AlienVVarCry, but here comes the Red Zerg on the attack. Gonna be a suicide charge perhaps, as they are funneled into 2. Now speaking into 2, eXoXtinc losing half of his Roach Force as well. And now the 2 Zerg gonna collide. Will this be enough hits? Takes care of one in the back. And eXoXtinc deciding to just run away with it. Not gonna be the best time to try and make this attack happen. AlienVVarCry though, gonna be near an expansion base, and here we go with the brawl. The Bile into the air again, getting some good hits, gonna go for the Roaches and the Ravagers, and counter Bile doesn't connect from eXoXtinc. So AlienVVarCry now gonna go for that A move. Reinforcements don't have arrived from eXoXtinc, but the damage being done. AlienVVarCry, a tide of acid, just going for the push. eXoXtinc forced the back. And what went wrong there for the Blue Zerg really goes to show the Carapace making a huge difference. That DPS from the side of eXoXtinc, neutered not only by the 1s but also the 2s. But here we go again, the Roaches and the Ravagers in position. The thing about eXoXtinc, he does have the advantage in terms of that economy because he has 3 bases up and running. In the meantime, AlienVVarCry now looking to go for the attack on the southern end. Pincer here from eXoXtinc, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out too well. AlienVVarCry now still staying on, and apparently the Red Zerg taking some good hits. eXoXtinc making the surround happen after a pretty subpar start. The Blue Zerg now getting in a good spot, able to get the surround and able to get that takedown. Ravagers trying to crawl away. Year 0 LE gonna be feasting on the corpses of all the Zerg and their essence. But yeah, eXoXtinc, man, one of our El Clasicos, one of the EXO clan, and hopefully we do see some good things here from him and his teammates. But speaking of in this game right now, still staying on the Zerg, we got the Zerg army of the blue side on the outside already. AlienVVarCry in the meantime just waiting on for another opportunity to go for hits with that Ravager. Now the acid keeps on spraying. The Overseer quite low already, getting some good scouting information along the way. And AlienVVarCry gonna give chase, but decides to go against it and back on out instead. Now one more try here from eXoXtinc. He has the Nidus network available. He's been trying to make this Nidus Swarm actually work. Has a few Roaches loaded in as well. Where is the Nidus? I actually haven't seen it so far in the game. But yeah, it is what it is. The Nidus Swarm actually able to come out, but easy shut down there by the Red Zerg. The Ravagers and the Roaches has been that kind of game so far. I don't think we've really seen much from both, but finally we are gonna see a tech switch. We got a Hydralisk Den coming our way. It's already done pala. Lurker Den instead coming our way here on the right hand side, and they haven't been updated. The Lurker Den now is a completely new structure. You don't need it from the Hydralisk Den anymore. You don't upgrade the Den. It has to be built instead. A little bit of a neuter in terms of the economy because it does slow down the early lurkers. But now eXoXtinc force it back one more time. AlienVVarCry, solid push. The Roaches getting some really good hits in the front, and eXoXtinc with different forms and different places of attack. But look at this on that main base. Good economy damage done by eXoXtinc, taking care of the tech structures as well. The Nidus Swarm finally able to burrow the way in. And I'll get you next time. I'll get you next time, mister, says AlienVVarCry. As eXoXtinc gonna decide to take another front of action, this time on the battlegrounds up in front. Roaches Ravagers screeching into the abyss. AlienVVarCry giving chase one more time. This is the Red Zerg now looking to push the advantage. But this might just be a bait and switch because the Hydralisks are coming. Will we see some lurkers morphed up as well? Nidusworm again into the fray. Look at that fun of the roaches. Very, very scary to see. We'll try to take care of the lair first and foremost. Gonna be putting a hamper in terms of that economical structure. In the meantime now, AlienVVarCry deciding to back on now, bringing all his army to dissuade this roach force. They're getting these takedowns, but unfortunately right now for AlienVVarCry, the roaches have done their job, done their duty. They're gonna back on out, so they're gonna go back home, not shipped in boxes, but shipped as heroes instead. Now speaking of heroes, AlienVVarCry leaving the front, allowing eXoXtinc to play the hero and go for the push all the way into the complex. The base of the Zerg gonna be very, very under fire if eXoXtinc is gonna take this. Oh, AlienVVarCry gonna call the G already. This looks like it's gonna be an all-in damage being done by AlienVVarCry though. And with the pull, no, it's not pull. The drone's just looking around. And the game keeps continuing. A little bit of a bait switch there from AlienVVarCry. It's a little bit of a debate. It's not GG whatsoever as of yet. And honestly, it's still BM to call the GG early. But AlienVVarCry might have thought that, oh, that's the game. That's such a scary force. eXoXtinc not really full committing. But here we go again. Nidusworm, revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the, return rather of the Jedi, Rise of the Skywalker, whatever it is in the trilogy. Here we go again. It gets taken down easily. eXoXtinc still getting some good sidelines thanks to the Overseer. And a big problem here for AlienVVarCry, it hasn't really been building up those Hydralisks or any form of anti-air in the first place. The hatchery goes down again. And the Red Zerg on the back foot, trying to desperately win out the fight in the front to allow them to expand on the outskirts of the map. But AlienVVarCry, Roach Ravager combination, very, very hefty in the middle. Both players really, really high up in terms of that food count. But now here we go again. AlienVVarCry with Ravager hits, tossing it onto the Hydralisk. In the meantime, the Hydralisk getting some good damage done, and that tech switch making a big difference. Now AlienVVarCry getting torn apart by those spines. It's not even the most efficient attack, as eXoXtinc still has those units in the back. Finally, another GG called. Is this one for sure? Yes, it is! eXoXtinc taking the W. And that, my friends, is a good example of why you should not get stuck in your tech. Roach Ravager for way too long, no anti-air, no real way to deal with the Hydralisks as well as the Lurkers. And in the end, that's the W going to eXoXtinc. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning on in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.